Good morning. Hello. Time for another prolonged stitching session. Well, it's not even that prolonged because I stitched a lot longer yesterday than I will with this one. But we're going to work on honeybee portrait today. So I wanted a little more color. A little more color. I have been stitching like a mad woman the last few days, and it's awesome. It is so awesome. So we're going to get some stuff done with this one today. And I'm going to be happy. Except for the fact that I can't see my pattern. There it is. There it is. Oh man, how you guys doing today, huh? American Thanksgiving week. Kick off the holiday season. Happy holidays, happy holidays. And it's a great stitching season. Got my thumbs just about healed. So what I did, I need to put some more stuff on today. I used that Burt's Bees skin ointment stuff. It works really well. I just pack it in there and put a little band-aid over it, and that takes care of it after a few nights. So I just kept hitting it. In my job, I'm constantly washing my hands, and I'm constantly using my hands, and I'm hitting myself, and boy, it wasn't fun. It was not fun. See how I only gridded the first 3 rows? So I do want to finish this before I move down any further. I think that would be smart in my case. Be very, very smart. But, I'm excited about my new pieces, but I think I still, how do I say this? I found a piece of fabric that would work, hold on a sec, for the cat project. Well, that just doesn't bode well. Start right off with a snag. Aha, I fixed it. Yay! And so sorry, I'm just going to be talking. Well, see, you saw that coming again, didn't you? Here, let me untangle it. All right, I'm getting there, guys. I'm getting there. Brain's not activated. It's early Sunday morning. We just came back from the store. But anyway, so the cat project. So yeah, so I found a piece of fabric, but honestly, it's not really great Aida. It's kind of a cheaper Aida, and I don't think I'm going to like it. And the reason why I say that is because the weave is such that it's literally hard to count rows. Like, I really had to focus as I was gridding, because I actually already gridded the project. And then I'm like, you know what? This is not going to be good. I'm going to be like a third of the way through this and get angry at my fabric choice and then wish that I had done something different. So if I can't find today my the fabric that I know I have and that I can use, then I'll just order some from the stitching shop and go pick some up. So I can start on that. I am going to start on it because we're having a bunch of expansion, renovation, all kinds of things going on at work. And I want to actually put some cool cross stitch up there. I think it would be really neat. Very, very neat. But anyway, so like I said, I have stitched a lot. I did a ton on Old World Map yesterday, and literally just filling in all over the page, just getting stitching done all over the page. It's going to be frustrating when I go in to do all the little confetti stitching, but I'm going to start working on that. I think I just need to work on that every day, a little bit every day, and I will get that done. But I just felt like, I got my Etsy order in for my floss, so I was able to kind of jump ahead and get a bunch of stuff done. I also moved into the next page on Rainy Waterloo Place, and I got a fair bit of stitching done on that one. And I did a lot on the Reaper. And what else? What else? Oh, I stitched on it as well and got some nice stitching done on that. And oh, yesterday I worked on Apothecary Shop. I need to take some pictures and put them on Instagram. I always say that I'm going to do that, but I always, you know what I remember to post on Instagram? When I'm lying in bed at night. And I don't have any pictures of my latest cross stitch on my phone at that point, like where I'm at with progress. And so that is crazy. So I need to get that squared away. Yes, I do. So let's see. And so that's why I was like trying to come up with like, well, what should I work on for this? Like, what should I work on for the Stitch With Me video? And that's where I was like, I gotta get back to work on Honeybee Project. So I still want to work on some baseball, although I think I need to go back to Apothecary Shop because I'm still like, even though I stitched a bunch, it's still such confetti stitching that it's taken forever to finish the page. And I think the next page is going to be the same way. I believe that it is. But I am full force back into stitching, so I'm happy about that. Crazy happy about that. We don't have any Thanksgiving plans, thankfully. I got a 4-day weekend, and so I will be using that to, I don't know, do whatever I need to be doing. I got a lot of stuff going on. Pinterest clicked for me this week, finally. At least somewhat clicked for me. I'm still not 100% sure exactly. I'm about 90% sure exactly how it works, but I actually started a new one for the work content. And so yeah, it's just been it was a productive week. Very productive week. Oh, we're gonna get big snowstorm. Well, that they say that. We'll see if it happens. We've kind of learned to temper our expectations because we've had we get completely faked out all the time. We'll get nope, skip a space. We've even had like, it's gonna snow 3 feet, and then we get nothing because the storm shifted or it didn't come as far over as it was supposed to, and all these different things. So we're waiting to see. But it's supposed to start tomorrow evening, maybe 5 to 8 inches, and then another 1 to 3 on Tuesday. So it is what it is. Such is life. You guys been watching, my Star Wars fans out there watching The Mandalorian? I have been finally keeping up with it. It took me a week to watch the first episode, and then 5 days to watch the second episode, and then the third episode I actually watched the day it came out. So I'm pretty pleased. I'm not going to talk about it much more than that. I like it. It's good. Husband is counting down the days till the next Star Wars movie comes out, so that's going to be fun. And I mentioned in the Thursday video, did I mention that we currently have a little extra boarder staying with us right now? His name is Oliver, and he is a hot mess. But his mama had to go out of town. She's a client of mine. The whole family are long-term clients of mine, and none of them can handle that dog. He's a real pistol, let's just say that. And even with me, he's a real pistol. But he loves my husband. Well, who doesn't? But he loves him, and he cuddles with him and sits in his lap, but anyway, does pretty well with him. But he's got issues. He likes to try to be dominant, and not with dogs, but just with people. And he suffered a injury when he was born that messed up his back, and he can't walk. He doesn't walk normally. He kind of gets around mostly on 2.5 legs, and he's incontinent, and so he wears diapers. Not a huge deal. It's not the first time we've dealt with a dog like that, but he goes back a little bit later today, and I think the rest of the dogs are going to all be like, whew. Although, honestly, they don't care. They really don't. This pack is so, like, whatever. Nothing phases them when we bring somebody new home. And none of them want to play either. It's just, they're the laziest group of dogs. None of them want to play with anybody. It's kind of funny. But anyway, I'll be kind of glad to send him back, because he's been fine, but it's just one more thing to do in the house, and I already have enough as it is. But the really good news is we somehow got somebody to take all of our terrariums off our hands. Well, that didn't come out. That was not a nice stitch. It's not a good stitch. Let me pull that back out. And when I say off our hands, what I mean by that is we gave them away. Thought about selling them on Craigslist, but let me pull this back out here. But one of my clients has a daughter who is absolutely crazy about reptiles, and she already has a couple different ones, and she wants to expand, and she's a teenager, and so she's old enough to, be able to take care of them and everything. So I think it's pretty cool, and her parents are supportive, and so we had 3 total terrariums that she took, and we had the one that Carter was in, and then we had one that we had ordered at one point, and when it came to us, it came all busted up. I'm pretty sure I told you guys about that one. It came kind of, the front doors were broken, the top frame was broken, it was just a real hot mess, which, you can understand. You ship something that's glass, and that's a risk. Anyway, we, and then we had the original sort of 20-gallon horizontal terrarium that Carter was in when he came to us, and so she wanted all of it, and so we gave away all that, plus all the accessories and everything, the feeding and everything that went with it. And we cleaned out this room. Really got cleaned out, this room up here. So we're gonna, we really gonna do a big overhaul in this room, and gonna move the gerbil around a little bit, and just clean it up, clean it out a little bit. We need to put new carpet up here in this area. When I moved into this house, like 14 years ago or whatever, I was all like, I'm gonna just do all this stuff by myself, and I'm gonna just, be crazy. Now, I could have, if I had maintained focus, but you guys know how that is with me. Maintaining focus on just one thing when I get distracted, it's tough. So I did a lot of things in this house, but the first thing I did, this bedroom was just terrible. Like, the carpet was just really stained, and it was terrible. And whoever was in this room before, like there were 3 guys in their 20s that lived in this house together, and the guy in this room must have just spilled everything all over the carpet, and so I just ripped the carpet out and the underlay, and I was like, I'm gonna put in some hardwood floors and it's gonna look awesome. And then I never did. 14 years later, I still haven't done anything with the floor in this room, which is good in a way because it turned into our small critter room. But we're going to get new carpet up here. And we're going to, eventually, we're going to do carpet up here. And we're going to do hardwood, probably that scratch-proof vinyl plank flooring, kind of, that faux wood kind of look downstairs. And I think that'll make everything look really good. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But anyway, just getting rid of those terrariums. They were actually downstairs in the like the front den area where the fish tanks are, and so it was just clogging up everything. And now that they're gone, kind of move some things around, and I can focus on getting the final aquarium setup done. So that'll probably be, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that in December or not. We'll see. We'll see. Let me highlight here a second because I just did 2 rows and I'm a little confused as to where exactly I'm at here. And this, all the way there, and there, and there. Okay. Oh man, I woke up with a little bit of a headache this morning. I think it was just probably something I did at work. It's usually my upper back and shoulders. I just gotta stretch. We're thinking about putting the Christmas tree up today. I definitely think we should just get it up because it's before we know it. I mean, it's a short season this year because Thanksgiving is so late. Oh, I have a recommendation for if any of you guys have Netflix to watch the movie Klaus. Klaus. It's an animated story about the origins of Santa Claus. And it's good. It's good. We watched it. My husband's watched it now I think 3 times through. It's good. Oh, I got a little snaggy. And I'll deal with it. I'll see if I can deal with it. But it's really cute. It's cute and it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. And sorry for the popping. Ow! Stab myself. I really shouldn't do it this way, I know. Okay. Okay, come here. Come here. Alright. I'm just gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut it. Which I'll probably hold. Oh, did you hear my tummy rumbling? I'm hungry. Hold on a second. just got to hold on the back. Pulled it out of the needle. Boy, I'm having a lot of fun today. Anyway, good. It's good. Highly recommended. Especially if you have kids. I think the kids will enjoy it. Of course, I cried like a baby through the last, I don't know, half of it, because I did. And Mark's like, I didn't think this was a crying kind of movie. And I'm like, it totally is. I cried everything. But I hadn't cried in a while, so I needed a good cry. We all need good cries every once in a while. It's like a open up the heart. Kind of can't help but cry. Kind of can't help it. So, over here, right? Over here. So I should be getting in a package from Russia. Yeah, it should come this week sometime. It's a some cross-stitching kits. Oh. I'm thinking. Okay. So here we go, guys. I got something for you. Shh, don't tell anybody. If you're in here this long, then this is a good time to tell you. So I bought an extra pattern when I was buying from Artisy the other day, and it's the full-size cat. Believe it or not, I didn't want to do the full-size cat, although I think that maybe I should do the full-size cat. Watch next weekend in this video. I'm going to figure out which cat one I want to do, but there's mini cats, there's big cats. Probably, I really should just do the mini cat, because just to get a project done. I don't know, I got to think about it, but I've got a mini cat and a regular cat, and I'm only going to stitch one. So I'm going to give the other one away. And this is how Artisy works. You can't actually, they do not allow you, or they do not want you to download a pattern and then just like email it to somebody or do this. That's copyright violation. So we're not going to do that. What I have to do is I have to not download it. Oh, well, see, then I've already decided, because I downloaded the mini one. So the supersized, it's big. It's, gosh, I don't have it right here with me. I can put a link down below to the project. And if you guys want that, let's say, I'm going to put a link below to like where you can find it. You can take a look at it. And if you would like to have that project, we'll do a drawing like we do periodically. If you're new to the channel, you're new to this, every once in a while I'll hide a giveaway in one of my Stitch With Me's. This is so that those of you guys that are truly into stitching, like you maniacs like me are truly into stitching, that you guys get the best stuff. And so what shall we do? Let's say, how shall we hide our intentions in our comments? Boo 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 boo. I'd say that if you want the pattern, and like I said, I'm going to put the link down below, then let's say let's say you guys tell me again where you're from, since I found that map again, that map of the world, and I can knock you guys, I'm gonna knock you guys off. I can scratch you guys off the map and to signify. And if you don't want, if you don't want the pattern but still want to just comment on where you're from, then just mention that. Say, hey, I'm from, you know, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and but I don't need anything, and we'll just do it that way, okay? And so this is a beautiful project from Artisy. I am going to be stitching the mini version, like we talked about. I'm going to stitch it as soon as I get, as soon as I figure out what fabric I'm doing, and get the mini one done, frame it really nicely. I think what I'm going to do with that kind of project is literally take it to a professional framer and get really nice. I've been kind of inspired by the that store, Shepherd's Bush in Utah. The way they framed all their cross stitch, it's so gorgeous. I need to put a little more thought into my framing. So, but yeah, let's do that, guys. And then cut off, let's say, I gotta put my glasses back on to thread my needle. Let's say the cutoff is, if you're watching this, Thanksgiving's gonna have to be, Thursday is gonna have to be the cutoff, because I may film my video on Friday, the next one. So I'm gonna try and put it out first thing Saturday morning. So, and then whoever wins, I'll announce it with the next video, and then we'll have to. My email is on my About page on YouTube. It's also on my website, so you can either leave a comment on the website with your email address. And then I just got to get in touch with Artisy and let them know that I want you to have that particular pattern. And I think it's great. I will say this, Artisy is gorgeous and inexpensive for what they provide. When I ordered, I didn't realize, when you order from them, it does take a little bit of time to, let me just do this right here. It does take a little bit of time. Like some places when you order, you get your PDF file like boom right away. And hold on a sec. That didn't happen with Artisy, and I didn't realize it because somebody actually has to kind of manually go in there and convert it from Australian currency to American currency, and then it was an even better deal. It's like $7 a pattern or something. And so I know I've said it many times before, but doing a large cross stitch is so economical, really, in the long run. If you're just about stitching, and you're not about like, I got to finish this project and that project, or maybe you're doing smaller ones as gifts for people, and you've got to get things done. But if you're just like, I just want a project I can stitch on and it's going to be pretty, get yourself one large cross-stitch project and you'll be working on that baby for years. The key is always finding something that you love and that you want to do, and that it just grabs you. I've found over the years that the ones I buy are the ones that just boom, like I have to stitch that. Like that's a definite, I just feel compelled, I'm compelled. You are compelled. That stitch is not very tight right there. Why? What happened to it? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out here. It's a little better. I just don't want to pull it out when I do this one. But Oh, so anyways, let me go all the way back. So there is a cross-stitch supply store in Russia that is fairly large, and they're pretty popular, obviously, in that part of the world. And they also, I think they're getting more popular in Europe and whatnot. They're trying to break into the English-speaking market, and they redesigned, they did an English-speaking website. They've got some really interesting things, and so I'm actually going to have more things to give away. But for those, I'm actually going to give those away on the main channel, the main videos, because they asked me to. I'm only, they're giving me these things for free, which is really nice. And I'm going to stitch one of their patterns. I picked one to stitch, and then I just picked up a couple other ones, and plan on giving those away. But they want to be, I'm all about promoting, various sites and whatnot. And they've reached out to me, honestly, probably like 2 or 3 times in the last year, asking if I would help them out. And I finally looked at their site and realized, that they have really interesting things. And it's going to be very interesting to see how they stitch, just coming from Russia. But apparently it's very popular. Cross stitches or needlework, embroidery. They call them the what did she call it? Hand art? Handiwork? I can't remember. There was a specific phrase that she used to describe sort of, they don't call it cross stitch, and so, at least I don't think they do. Doesn't translate, I think. But it's very popular, and so I was like, yeah, let's do it. So, because for some of you guys that watch me in other areas of the world, maybe that's a really good source for you. Maybe sometimes it's an easier way for you to get patterns. So, I don't know. We will find out. I'm stitching all over the place here. Here. Let this go down. So that'll be coming up. And so I'll probably do that once I get it, and I can kind of pick through it a little bit and maybe start stitching on it. Because I bought kits. So, full kits that basically come with everything. So I'll be able to kind of show you guys. And I'll actually when I do a video on the site, I'll do a video on the site and show you guys what I have. And maybe that'll be how we do the giveaway. I don't know. We'll see. And, but yeah. I better highlight. I better finish that little grid part. I'm so excited to start on the new page of Rainy Waterloo Place. So excited. It's the last page in that row. So, it's pretty awesome. My stomach is growling. Yeah. Wow. What else do I have to tell you about? Oh, my mom is traveling to Kentucky to spend Thanksgiving with the fam. The rest of the fam is in Kentucky, and she goes there 3-4 times a year, see her sister. Her brother's going to be there. My cousin and his wife and family. And so I cannot make it this year. I'm hoping for next year. Hoping for it. And a lot of it has to do with it's expensive. And it's expensive from a standpoint of when you got 6 dogs, trying to find somebody to watch them. My pet sitters, basically, they're wonderful, but paying for somebody to come over 3 times a day is pricey. And they do great work, and they deserve everything they get, and it's way cheaper than if I were to board them someplace. But that's why we don't, because think about how much it costs to like fly someplace and maybe rent a car, and then likely double that price for what it costs to watch the dogs. And that's why when we did our trips this year to see our families, Mark went by himself to see his family, and then I went by myself to see mine. Save so much money that way. So that worked out really well for us. And just got to be mindful. Gots to be mindful. So, anyway, there's an app called Life 360. I think I've mentioned it before. But if you could put like your kids on it, or maybe parents or somebody that you just want to keep an eye on because maybe their car's not reliable, maybe they're maybe they're older and you worry about their safety, or for me, my mom wants me to keep an eye on her, just so I know where she's at in case anything happens. And it's great. I actually I pulled it up, and she's driving up. She was heading up into Chattanooga when I opened the app up before I started the video. Literally, she had just crossed over on was it 24, or is that still 75? I can't remember. It's one of those roads, and so she so I could see where she was at, and it's pretty cool. And then later it will actually show you the route that she took and follow her progress, and so it's pretty cool. It's called Life 360. So I have an idea about the blog. Sorry, I'm staring at my stuff here. Okay, right here. And for the most part, my blog has kind of just turned into promotion, a way to expose everybody to floss tubers, where to get cross-stitch patterns. I think what I want to do now is I actually want to just start with the different designers and whatnot, but actually literally just kind of do it from a standpoint of, here are 10 great holiday cross-stitch designs for gifts or whatever, and just pull different patterns from all over the internet. And let's see, that was a terrible stitch. That was a terrible stitch. Come here, you. Come here. Because there's something in the way. What's in the way? There's something messed up with that. I will fix that when I do the next row. Let me rethread my needle here. So, because the thing is, when it comes to cross stitch, what gets people to cross stitch more than anything, can you see I've got that little bleb or whatever right there? I'm going to fix that in the next row. And if you can get people to be excited about a pattern, because they're like, oh wow, I know I could that's a great pattern, maybe I'll cross stitch that. It just brings more people into the hobby, and more people get exposed to more designers, more websites, and I like the idea of just kind of being a conduit for all that. because I like promoting people. I'm not really a networker per se, but I am interested in showing off others. Speaking of which, my husband got invited, well, through me, but got invited to speak to the Rotary Club, the local Rotary Club, at some point about beekeeping. Right here. So we'll be able to do this one. I'm going to just take that bleb, push it back in. Voila. Still not the most perfect stitch. Something happened there, but I'm going to just utilize it. I'm going to roll with the punches here. So he's a little nervous about it. Not sure if he wants to do it. Maybe we'll tag team it, because I've given plenty of presentations, sort of, kind of. We enjoy it. It's not a bad idea to get out there and do that. I don't know if he could take the time off, though, required to do it. That's the downside. Because I think that their meetings are like midday, like lunch meetings, and that's kind of impossible for him to run over and do that. All right, highlight. Highlight. Ooh, and I can highlight the other color that I see that has not been highlighted. Perfection. So we'll see. We will see. Oh, stretch. All right. I'm just taking my time, very slowly working on this piece with you guys today. But I do want to come back and work on filling in all these little bits and bobs up here. Bits and bobs and bobs and bits. It's going to be a very sleepy, lazy kind of Sunday, and I love it. Except for we gotta take Crazy Dog back. Crazy Dog. Come here, you. There we go. But, I want to finish the blog, the video creators blog thing, the organization. I think it works really well the way that it's going together. So, right here. Wow, I should highlight a little bit more. So I have to say that I have figured out a little bit better how to manage my time a little better. Not doing the vlogs. I'm not really doing in the pet channel anymore, and there was too much, just really too much at this point. And I need a lot more free time to be able to do that. I'm just kind of honed back in on what I can actually get done. Hold on here. And outsourced a few things instead of sitting around trying to like figure out like how do I do this or how do I do that with a variety of different tasks that I have to do. I've actually hired a couple people on like Fiverr just to try it out, to see, hey, can you do this for me? And it's interesting. I think it's highlight some more. It's from a perspective of just having somebody else who's better at something do something for you, and not expensively either, which is really nice. It's been a nice bump, you know. It's like I don't have to do everything myself. I mean, come on. Used to have that kind of mentality. It's very self-defeating. Very self-defeating. Boop, 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 boop. So that's Arthur next door barking. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, 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 woof. Ah, that's nice. But we're going to have to change garbage services here shortly. Our garbage service has just been lacking. I wonder if they just don't have very many customers down where we live here. If it's more of a, I don't know. It's just the pickup day is supposed to be on Friday. I can't remember the last time they actually picked up on Friday. They've been picking up on Saturday now for a while, and there have been times when we haven't gotten our stuff, and like, you know, like they just never come and pick up the trash, and we're trying to downsize and get rid of a lot of stuff. It's been hard because nothing's, you know, like nobody's picking anything up, so I think I got a flyer on the door a little while back, and the one that most people around here seem to use, and so they're willing to give us a really great deal to switch, so I'm just going to switch over. It'll be good. It will be good. I'm going to go all the way down on this one. Go down here. But it'll be a good thing to do. And can get back into consistently kind of, you know, if you have less stuff, it's a lot easier to keep it organized. That's for sure. And the sad thing is that the local, you know, like dropping stuff off for everything, like they just don't take nearly as much as they used to. Like they just won't take certain items, you know, they'll always take clothing, but many other things they just don't want. It's frustrating. And then our, like I said, our recycling guys, or our guys that do recycling, like they decided not to recycle. So when I call, I have to see if they recycle, because my husband would be very happy if we recycled again. But, and I would be too, but only if it's actually, you know, doing something. I gotta highlight. Man, I got like all these little... As I get older, I'm finding that I like larger... I definitely am getting older, but like larger, what's the word? Patterns, basically large print patterns, you know, so that's a little easier to see. Because everything needs glasses. 1, 2, 3, this right here. I'm gonna go down again. Boop, 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 boo. Boopity, 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 boo. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Gotta get my fleece on so they'll shooty in the house. I covered... The birds are quiet because I covered them up. They were uncovered, and then I'm like, I gotta cover them up because I can't. I know some of you guys like the birds and everything. I can't focus because they get so loud, so loud. Snag. Snag. All right. I think that'll be it for that. I have this one out here because I pulled it down because I was like, I need to organize floss, but it's so pretty, but it's not calling to me right now. It's gorgeous, but it's not calling to me. I gotta take my glasses off here. Oh, cut this part too. Cut this part two. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the stitching part of today's fun. At least for right now. I'm gonna go downstairs and keep working on this while I upload everything. But yeah, so I gotta definitely get in here and it's just color organization. It's color management. I'll have to print out a picture of that cat to put up here for when I start and just remove the ones that I really just should remove the ones that I'm not working on. I don't know, what do you guys think? Boy, part of me really wants to stitch that Brooklyn Bridge project though. Honestly, I do need to just try to finish up Boba Fett as much as I can. Do you know Boba Fett is not... Wait, is Boba Fett a Mandalorian? I don't know if he's a true Mandalorian. I don't know. There's so much lore when it comes to Star Wars that I just don't know. It's just crazy. Oh yeah, I think I did more Chicago Bears stuff too. I think I stitched more on that. I'm pretty sure I did. This is going to be a big stitching week, guys. Big stitching week. Big stitching week. I'm trying to think. I'm going to still release the video on Thursday. But, I don't know. Do you guys think I should release the video on Wednesday instead? Because y'all are going to be busy on Thursday for the most part. No, I can't guarantee that I'm going to have it done by Wednesday morning. So I'll release it on Thursday like I normally do. And, but yeah. But thanks for hanging out with me. And I'm going to go and try and get everything uploaded. Lately it's been kind of slowish for some reason, getting everything uploaded. But I'm going to do that, and I'm going to stitch some more on this and try and get all this little stuff plugged in everywhere so I can move on from that. And, but yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. And like I said, if you guys are interested in the kitty, put down below where you're from, and if you don't want it, if you do not want if you do not want it, then just say, you know, I'm from Walla Walla, Washington, but I don't need anything, and that'll be good because it's gonna be a big project. I'm gonna link it down below so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and I will see you guys real soon, and have a great rest of your weekend and week. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.